Livy ab Urbe Condita, Book 1, Episode 15. Haud ambigam, quis enim rem tuam veterem procerto adfirmet. Hic in fuerit Ascanius an maior quam hic. Creusa matre illio incoluminatis comesque inde paternae fugae, quem iulum eundem Iulia gains auctorem nominis sui nuncupat. I shall not at all argue haud ambigam. Ambigam is a first singular future indicative active. I shall by no means argue, and then quis through adfirmet, helpfully set off by these dashes. For who, quis enim, for who, a matter so ancient, rem tam veterem, could affirm as sure. In other words, who could affirm such an ancient matter as definite? I shall by no means debate hic ne fuerit Ascanius, whether, you see that ne here, ne on, is asking an alternative question. I shall not debate whether this was the Aeneas, fuerit Ascanius, or if it was an older one than this one. And then we're going to have creusa through fugae as a kind of subordination describing an older one than this, whom the Julian clan, Iulia gains, from whom comes Gaius Julius Caesar, of course, and Augustus, whom the Julian clan names nuncupat, the same Julius as the author, the founder of their own line, nominis sui. The syntax of this sentence is not really to my liking. I find it doesn't have the lucidity of Cicero, but we will untangle it as best we can. I shall by no means debate whether it was this Ascanius, hic Ascanius, or an older one than this, whom the Julian clan names nuncupat, the same Julius, that is, or Iulus, as the founder of their line, nominis sui. Then we have a modifier here in the middle, which is going to modify Ascanius. We know this because we have natus in the masculine singular and nominative. So I shall not debate whether it was this Ascanius or one older than this who was born, natus, and Ascanius born from his mother creusa, creusa matre. This is ablative, illio incolumi, while Ilium, that is Troy, was intact. This is an ablative absolute in the neuter singular and ablative. You might ask yourself, where is the participle for the ablative absolute? Well, it can't have one because the implicit is some form of the verb to be, and esse has no participial forms. So we just have a noun and an adjective, illio and incolumi, and that can stand as an ablative absolute. Whether it was this Ascanius or one older than this, that was born, natus, from his mother Creusa while Troy was intact, and was a companion, comes. Now notice how natus and comes are juxtaposed in the middle of this line. That's a nice feature. Who was a companion, a comes, thereafter, inde, to his father's flight. Fugae is feminine singular and dative. It's functioning as an indirect object with comes, you might say, a companion to the flight. Which one? The paternal flight, meaning when Aeneas fled Troy. So then, in addition to this modifying clause with natus, or this modifying phrase, we have a relative clause that modifies Ascanius also, not just natus, but this one, which begins with quem and has nuncupat as the verb and gains as the subject, whom the Julian clan names the same Iulus, meaning Ascanius, as the auctorum, and then nominis sui in the neuter singular and genitive. So the sentence really is ambigam, haud ambigam. I shall not debate whether it was this Ascanius. Then there's a great deal of modification, like this question couched in there, the long natus clause, and the relative clause which concludes the sentence. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the lesson, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.